Hey, impressive chessers! Today we're going to go over a concept that I call backup options. Chess is a complicated game, that's for sure. I think that's what makes it fun, but definitely sometimes aggravating. To play strong chess, it's very important to simplify the game when possible because it's so complicated. All right, let's see if we can simplify this game so much that we might even have a chance to play like the best player on the planet right now, Magnus Carlsen. So Magnus Carlsen is playing with the black pieces, and he has just played queen from d8 to g5, offering a queen trade, which makes sense because, as many of you know, Magnus's forte is in the endgame. All right, so Anish makes an understandable mistake here and does not want to trade queens with the endgame master, Magnus, and plays the move queen to b4. And as we can see, that gives black a pretty good advantage. Now, they probably should have played a4 and let Magnus go into the endgame. And after a move like this, regrouping their or saving their bishop and regrouping their bishop to g6 probably. It's supposedly equal, but I can definitely see why Anish would not want to have this position against Magnus. We're going to see, though, that Magnus is actually pretty good in the middle game, too, unfortunately, for Anish. But let's go back. So he also, by the way, should not have taken this queen. You might think, oh, cool, I doubled their pawns. But actually what you've done is this pawn that's doubled is a newly minted G pawn instead of a H pawn or an A pawn, which only hits one square. And also, black could possibly use the H file with their rooks to put a lot of pressure on that pawn or just the file in general. So this would not be very good for black, although technically it would be better than their queen to b4 move. All right, let's go back to the actual game and queen to b4. All right, this is your last chance to either go to my blog where we go over more about backup options, or just pause your video and try to guess what Magnus's next moves are going to be. All right. The move was rook to c2, and I can already hear everybody saying, duh, put a rook on the 7th. That's such a natural and obviously good move. Okay, and you are right. But we want to go over our backup moves right here because the game had the most critical move, which was, let's turn this evaluation bar off actually, which was pawn to a4, which is actually a mistake. Oh, and as this arrow shows, our backup move can be bishop to c6. So if we go bishop to c6, that guards the pawn from the queen. The bishop's on a great diagonal, countering their bishop. And our rook is stranded out there, but can't really be attacked. So overall, I would say this is a very decent position for black. And that means we can just play rook to c2 with confidence, knowing that after a4, we have this totally acceptable backup option move. And that also gives us the chance to play rook c2, think about what we're going to do after they do a4, or, by the way, let's say they didn't play a4, and they played a move like this. Well, then we might retreat our knight. They basically have to take our queen here. And look at this. This is just total bad news for black here. Actually, here, let's put the evaluation bar on, just in case you don't believe me, but this is going to skyrocket. Yeah, there you go. So very good position for black here. That is not what happened, of course. Anish did play the most critical move, which actually, again, turns out to be a mistake. So in this position, Magnus did not play bishop to c6, but he might have, and you guys can do this, might have had it as a backup option and then waiting for the move to happen. Now he's one move closer to it actually happening, and he knows that this position is going to happen on the board. He doesn't have to hope that they're going to play a4. It's already on the board. All right, so the move he and Courtier, you guys might want to pause your videos, try to find it. It was knight to g3. So 1 rook on the 7th is called a pig. If we can get 2 rooks on the 7th, they are called hogs on the 7th. In this case, it's the 2nd, but it's the 7th rank of the opponent. And that's where you want your rooks, because that's where the pawns start. It also cements the king onto the back row, or top row, I guess. First row. There we go. All right, so knight takes g3. Anish took right there, which makes sense, because otherwise this is coming in, and this bishop coming down here is just going to be super bad news for white. We can go over it really fast if you want. We can do this. Boom. There's other good moves here, but this is a nice little line with an in-your-face checkmate at the end. Or you might think, oh, they might take with the F pawn to at least save their pawn. But guess what? We're going to F. We just want the square. We don't even really need the pawn. And this is very bad. They have a very unpleasant choice of going to F1 and getting mated. Hogs mate style, or just this way. Ouch. So either way, that would be nasty, which is why I'm guessing that Anish took here. Here come the hogs, and now Anish needs to jettison their knight to save their king. And black has got their piece back and taken 2 pawns. So black has a 2-pawn advantage, 2-point advantage, which 2 points is enough to win almost always just by itself. So very instructive move here. Magnus says, I have a 2-point advantage. Let's start trading down. And super instructive sequence here. How can we trade down almost completely here? Boom, boom, boom. And the queen pins the opponent's queen to the king. The knight guards the queen. And they have nothing better than to take us. And this is already going to be very bad news for us. We can try to do something like that, but it's not going to be fast enough. And this endgame is just easily winning for black. And yeah, I found this game super instructive, mostly because of that bishop c6 backup move. Gets you closer to the actual combination. The closer you can get, the easier it is. The easier you make your moves, the better chess you'll play. All right, guys, if you do that, you will definitely stay impressive. Thanks for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe, and if you can, share with a friend.